April 30th today, 27th day of my crazy repotting season. I'm still going strong, at least one tree every day, usually multiple. Yeah, last day of April, and I'm still repotting. Still quite a few to go. I'm gonna leave that bench alone for now. Something I need to do that is another, I think, project 3 years in the making is repot my only sugar maple, the big one in that pot, and the rest of those Norway maples. You can see the sugar maple. The buds are just in the last few days, they really plumped up and then they shot out as soon as that cold weather finished last night, basically. They just started opening. Same with some of these Norway maples. Most of these had died off and, grown branches lower down. These two are still alive all the way to the terminal buds. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of gross old soil in there. These have also been in here 3 years, I'm pretty sure. Yep, this sugar maple I collected a long time ago and it was very sickly for a long time. Last year was the first time it really started doing anything. But its leaves got attacked pretty heavily by caterpillars and whatnot. I'm gonna try and protect it better this year. Put it in really good soil, keep it nice and protected. I'm gonna put that in a pot by itself, and then all the Norway maples I'm going to plant them in a forest grouping all together. So that will be officially Norway Maple Forest number 1, and this will be Sugar Maple number 1. Alright, so I'll go ahead and get the camera set up and then pull that pot out so I can get working on it. Okay, I just got the camera set up on the table today. These rocks out of the way. Big pot I'm going to use for something else. There we are. I think I'm just going to take all of that gross soil from the Norway maple repotting from yesterday, and I'll just chuck it into the garden. I don't need to try and reuse any of that. Okay, now I can use that mat for this one. Okay, now like I did for the Norway maples yesterday, I'll try and get it out on here and hopefully I'll be able to get them out okay without damaging any of these sugar maple buds. Norway maples I can be a little less careful with, but sugar maple I definitely want to salvage as best as I can. As I fling it around there, nice. looks like I also put a little bit of clay on the bottom of this one. Not as much as the other one, luckily. I'm gonna want to try and work my way in to get to that sugar maple first. So I'm gonna prepare myself a little bit. I'll get a bucket of water so I can put the Norway maples in as I take them out and work my way in towards the center. I'll put all the Norway maples into some water, and then I'll focus on repotting the sugar maple first. So yeah, be right back. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the camera over here. Work this way. Got an old flower pot filled with water to put the Norways in as I take them out. So I think, yeah, this one's still alive actually. It's really small. I'll try to get that out first. A lot of crossing roots in here, of course. The soil's coming apart pretty easily. It's not too compact or crazy root bound or anything, so that's good. Oops. There wasn't too much clay in it. I don't know if I ripped some of the roots. I don't think so. That was just a really small root system there. Get it right into the water. It's definitely alive though. You can see those buds. Go for this one next. Just take as many Norways out of here as I need to access the sugar maple. I'll take that out on camera and then I'll just do the rest off video, and then I'll just film the potting up stage. Taproot just goes right into the middle of the pot somewhere. And probably just, yeah, okay. I was prepared just to start ripping, but that's fine. Not bad. Scratched that one with my fingernail a little bit. should be okay, but I'll try and be more careful. Kind of fun doing this sort of activity. For me anyways. I don't know if everybody's like me, but I love doing this kind of slow, tedious work. I don't know if it makes for a good video. Maybe an ASMR sort of video. I've done one of those without talking kind of videos before. I don't know if anybody liked it, but yeah. I'm just gonna film this whole process anyways. I won't time lapse it or anything. One had a long root snaking across the surface, and another one going off in there somewhere. Maybe I'll just pull it out of there. Yeah, there we go. Not bad. Now this one's got a big taproot going in there somewhere. Feel it trying to come out. go. I'm not gonna need any of those roots that got ripped anyways. Only a lot of roots that I'm gonna end up cutting off on these trees. Oh, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Dang, there goes my root potting stick. Root stick? I don't know what to call it. Gonna have to make a new one, I guess. Just break another paintbrush. Maybe. Sorry about all this yard noise. Going at it all day. They were aerating their lawn earlier. Wow, that sugar maple, I think, is where a lot of these roots are coming from. And that's really awesome if that's true. Some really good roots in there. Sometimes the nearby cars have their radios turned up pretty loud. think I kind of like the shorter stick better anyways. I'd rather use my hands anyways, but just a little extra, you know, reach. Very thin, narrow reach helps, where my big sausage fingers can't get into. Wow, it's taken me over 15 minutes already. That's cool. Quite the process. I knew it was gonna take a while though. I think I should have got a bigger pot of water. I think this one's dead actually, yeah. It's good, don't need to worry about that. There's a pretty heavy root system there. Pretty fun process actually, just taking a whole pot full of compressed root filled dirt and just breaking it down all the way to its basics. Very prehistoric feeling. I love that about bonsai. This is the one that had that thick root that runs all the way across the surface. comes all the way out here. Wow, that's a crazy root. Will not be needing all of that. These are the two big ones, so I'm definitely gonna need more water for these, I think. Or I can just keep spraying down those top roots. Surprisingly, the taproot doesn't go too far down, but this is the longest one, the one that goes out radially. Wow, that's a thick root, thick taproot coming off that sugar maple. I don't know if I knocked this bud off or if it wasn't growing before. Not sure. Well, there's lots of other ones. There we go. Finally, all the trees separated after 3 years of growing together. You guys are gonna laugh when you see this is what that looks like. A whole bunch of trees in there. I'll just keep doing that until the time to pot them comes. So I'll just get the rest of this soil out here. And then probably all I'm gonna do is cut half of the taproot off and then plant the rest. I can't be as ruthless with this root system as I am with most of the trees I've been repotting, or all of them, because this is a very, very large tree with a lot of roots, even though, you know, almost none of them are facing in a good direction or growing in a good direction. Oops. I really want to keep this tree alive. It's my only sugar maple. I'm hoping one day it'll be one of my prize bonsai, you know, a kind of informal, upright kind of tree. Maybe, you know, maybe actually I can kind of use all that movement. Some of it. It gets really thin here. Maybe that can be the eventual trunk base, the start of the root flare right there. so I can cut it down somewhere around here for now, probably. Yeah, I think that'll do. Just wash those roots off. And my hands in the process. Alright, let's get that over to the work table. That's pretty cool. Finally seeing that root system after 3 years in the pot. Okay, I'm gonna put it into this pot. I'll be able to plant it really deep and, you know, shorten a bunch of those roots. Just realized I forgot my pruners. Okay, a couple things I need to sort out, so I'll be right back. Okay, so what am I gonna do here exactly? Well, there's some interesting movement that kind of goes like this all the way down there, but you know, it gets thinner down here. But I think for now maybe I'll just chop it down to here. That keeps a lot of good root growth above it, and then also gets rid of this part that comes back around that way. So yep, that's what I'll do. See you later, roots. Nice knowing ya. Okay, that gets rid of a pretty decent amount. I think I don't really need to get rid of more than that. Maybe I can take this whole thick one out because it crosses over with this other one, which is thinner and has some better, you know, movement. I'll just take that all the way back. And yeah, okay, that's enough root chopping. I'll just shorten everything now. And maybe I can get rid of actually this one that crosses back at a bad angle. And that is that. Now I'll just raise up the camera a little. Yeah, so now I'll just trim off what I don't need to fit in the pot. And that is the new root system on my sugar maple. Oops, watch the camera. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's a good start, I think. I guess. At least there's a bunch of roots. Jam that in there. Doesn't matter too much how radial everything is, but I can just kind of push everything around a little bit. At least, you know, give a little bit of separation in between them. Okay, and then I'll push it this way as far as I can. Refix those. And that is good. Yeah. Time to just dump a bunch of soil in there. think I mixed up probably just enough. I don't need to fill up this whole pot with soil. Just wanted to, bury this nice and deep. I think I'll just use this brush, another old paintbrush to fill in the gaps here. My phone's telling me my battery's low, so I can't see the screen right now. Let me fix that. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'll give this a spin. Make sure the planting angle is okay. It's hard to get far enough away from it. Yeah, I think that's all right. Looks pretty cool. Yep. I'll just keep filling it up. And that'll be that. There's all the root that came off of it. Might as well just throw as much soil in there as I can. If I get a bunch of roots growing higher up, that's fine. I can always cut them off later. Eventually I'll be able to accentuate that movement at the bottom of the trunk. For now I gotta keep it hidden, but we know it's in there. Hopefully the tree will stay alive and we can see it again one day, what it looks like. Maybe in 2 years I'll let this grow in this pot and then do some major root training. Maybe next year, I don't know. Depends how they grow. I think I cut off, a decent amount to start its training journey as a bonsai tree, but not too much to risk too heavily killing it. The tips of the roots weren't activated yet. There were no white growing tips. And the buds on the tree are just starting to leaf out. So I think it was a good time to do this. I'm not too worried about its recovery. I think it'll do just fine. Alright, well, I don't think I was able to fit the whole tree in the frame, but there it is, finally repotted. Sugar maple #1. I can't wait until the day I can do some pruning and shaping on this tree. I've had it for years, but it hasn't really grown too much. Now that it's in its own pot with some good bonsai soil, hopefully that will all change. As for the front, I think for now, facing the camera can be something like that, I guess. With the first branch kind of coming forwards, these ones, towards the viewer. The apex comes forward and there's a couple branches going back. I don't know, there's not too much going on with this tree, but for now, I think that's all right. Decent start. Anyways, I'll try to do these Norway maples faster. Just chop off most of the roots and stick them into this pot right over here with reused soil. I don't need to worry about giving them good, fresh, new soil. Okay, so first I'll take all the trees and prune them. And then I can worry about potting them once they're all together and ready to go. Like I said, I'm just going to be super ruthless with these. If any of them die, it's not a huge deal, really. Just shorten them all kind of to that length. Yep, there's one. Like I said, ruthless. This is the biggest one, biggest root system by far. I'm gonna bring it way back up here. See you later. Wow. This is a big long one that doesn't have any dividing until way down there, so I'll just bring it way short and see what happens. Yep. Wow. Ruthless. Okay, I'll stop saying that now. I think I'm gonna get myself a new pair of pruners soon, so eventually these will just be my root pruners anyways. I won't worry too much about getting them dirty. I don't have a lot of major branch pruning to do really on any of my trees. Not at this time of the year anyways. Maybe I'll just use the scissors. Oops, the good pruners don't really work too well on the smaller trees, or the smaller branches and roots. I think I'm getting tired. Doesn't seem like a lot of trees when they're growing in the pot, but once you take them out like this, start working them all at the same time, suddenly it seems like a million. All right, last one here. Chop, chop. Yep. Oops. Stop hitting the camera. Okay. Well. That's interesting. That's a whole lot of roots I cut off. And a whole little I left remaining. Anyways, I think I'm starting to lose it a little bit. Bonsai fever. Just gonna try and get these planted really quick. Alright, well, I got my soil a little bit wet, but oh well. Okay. Do the two big ones first. I'll make the planting back to front, and then when it's turned around, the big ones will be in the front and the smaller ones to the back. Although it's a fairly small pot, they're going to be pretty bunched up in here regardless, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'll just get them all growing together and then figure it out sometime in the future. Let's just do it like this. Just gonna put them in kind of randomly and then let nature run its course, I guess. Well, it's not going to be the straightest up and down forest, that's for sure. But I can always adjust things in the future. Right now, I still just need to jam as many of them in here as I can. Here's the last little one. Doesn't really matter where I put it, I guess. But maybe I can put it over here into this little kind of empty spot. Okay. Well, there's all them placed anyways. Now I can try and figure out the final planting angle for all of them. These two in the front, I want more or less straight up and down. Some of these still have some dead wood that I didn't cut off. Probably should have done that, but oh well. Kind of like the look of some deadwood in a forest. So I'll just leave it for now, and then as it grows up I can prune everything back. Once it starts needing some shaping, get rid of any deadwood at that point. Well, it's certainly not perfect, not by a long shot, but I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool, you know, even though they're just Norway maples, and this is just a clay pot that has a few cracks in it. And, you know, this is just reused bonsai soil, and nice. Okay. Well, I'll try and get everything leveled out as I continue to water it in, and I'll keep, you know, probably straightening up the trees here and there over the next couple days as things settle and, you know, the wind and whatever shifts them around. But I like it for now. It's a good start. I'll just try and keep everything alive and growing this year, and then figure out a final, you know, or an eventual shape, style, whatever for this forest. Yep. Alright, so there's Norway Maple Forest number 1. And behind it, Sugar Maple number 1. Gotta come way back here for this one. Okay, well, that was a pretty fun experience. It was a long one, that's for sure. Took a long time. I'll probably just post this as one video. Anyways, whatever. You don't have to watch it. Anyways, I'm gonna go inside and get some rest. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.